Okay, so today is November the 12th. I already posted several videos today, so I'm going to post this on Monday or Tuesday, just so you get a reference of when I'm recording this. So on that video that I recorded earlier today, or on November 12th, there's a song that I was channeling for that video. And I see it carried over to here, but it's showing me the song in a different frame of reference. The song is called Alcohol by Joe Boy, and then I'm also seeing another song called Peru. I'm not sure who it's by, so let me just put, so I can remember to link it below. And it's a feeling that I'm getting. It doesn't feel like it's the contents of the song, but it goes along the lines of Afro beats, and what I'm getting in my mind is an image. It's picturesque, like it's almost like a motion picture of your energy, Kanye. So it's like this swirling energy. The way that I see your energy is like this, like that. It's swirling. It goes up and then it curves, but it doesn't connect back. It's curving like a wave. And I'm hearing reach up, reach up, reach up, and they're showing me a hand, and they're showing me you represented as the hand reaching up in a chaotic environment. So there's a lot of low vibration around you, and to reach up. And as I'm seeing this image, it's having these songs play in the background. So what they're telling me is, if you listen to the beats of the music, you're not really listening necessarily or relying so heavily on the lyrics. Maybe Alcohol a little bit, but it's more of just like the essence of the songs and the origins of that kind of music. Then that creates this music picture, like this music video in my mind of your energy and what's going on here. And I just heard, it sounds like this is a separate message, but it sounds like it's from you, but I'm seeing it, like I'm seeing your energy at a distance, and they're saying they already got to me. So I see you already, like you're far away from me, and the way that they showed me is as if you were on a spaceship, and that moment where you break away from that main core of a spaceship, and then that remaining part, that remaining capsule where you're at, breaks away from it. And I actually saw that image earlier whenever I was trying to meditate on what the message is for you, and it's slightly about you. It's mostly for you than it is about you. And this is the card that came out. It's the Eagle card. And what they're saying, and I can see how it's through this as well, is that they're saying to focus on the light. The word I'm getting is a goal, but the goal is the light. You focus on the purity, you focus on the light, you focus on the message. You focus on the message to consecrate. I'm hearing the word consecrate your essence or your vision. And they're showing me a vision quest. Okay. I'm seeing an offer. An offer, it feels like, okay, it's a connection from your past, a romantic, someone who you were romantically involved with. It could be just someone that you, it feels like love. Okay, it feels like love. And so, is this romantic, platonic, familial love? Is this someone that is crossed over, still here? I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel them associated with you with music and dance. So what I'm seeing, music and dance associated with you. They're connecting that somehow to you, to this person, and love. There's a something related there. And it feels like someone from your past, someone that you have like a long-standing relationship with, someone that, like, when you are with them or you have been with them, it feels like energy. It feels like energy. It feels like synergy. It feels like colorful. It feels like you feel complete and you feel connected. You feel powerful. If you feel like you're in your nature, like primal nature, it just like wakes you up. And they're saying that there's a lot of distracting energies around you that are trying to prevent this coming back into fruition, or at least like maintaining some sort of contact with this person. So they're trying to interfere in that line of communication somehow with this person, because they know that you're more empowered or you're more aware, you're more stable when you are connected to this person. It's like the fog clears when you're around this person, you're connecting to this person. You're much more powerful, like in your own personal power when you're connecting with this person. And what they're saying is that in the past, you did not fully resonate with them, or they didn't resonate with, like, there was some disconnect. Okay, so an example would be if they crossed over, then you couldn't really connect to them fully in the way that you could now. Or if this is an old relationship, then it would be someone that obviously you're no longer with because of some sort of disagreements or just not being on the same page as each other. And now that you have evolved, and this is something that you guys can kind of relate better on a deeper level, a more meaningful level. But it was meaningful then. It's just, you get what I'm saying. So there's whatever kind of way that you're communicating with this person, there are people who are aware. They see the change in you, and they saw how you were when you were with this person, whether they were in the physical, they saw how you were with this person, and they know just by watching you since then until now how much more empowered you could be now, that they don't want that to happen. They don't want you to connect with this person or continue to connect with them. It feels like you're already connecting with them very loosely, but it's not as strong as it could be and what you both desire. It feels more so on your end, you're pursuing, and the other person is more in the waiting element. They're just waiting for you. They're just seeing what you're going to do. They're allowing you to kind of create paths. It feels like this effortless path, or like they want to see your vision of how you want this to unfold. So they're receptive, but they're allowing you to take action. There is karma that needs to be released here. So this is from your, here's synergy right here. I was hiding underneath this, and passion. This is confirming it with karma. What I'm seeing is it's highlighting fairies to me. And I don't know what religion, this is just something that I've seen in my mind, and I verified it somewhere, but it never clicked. It just it's never stayed in my mind of what this is. But I just remember reading it and being like, so I was right. But I think it's like around Halloween, but like these I don't know, these people, right? Like they would dress up as these monsters in order to ward off fairies. And the fairies would take the souls and take them elsewhere. And the way that I saw this, because I saw this occurring in my mind, and it was being explained to me that this stuff occurs. And they were saying that these are like darker religions, and they want to keep them in the underworld. So what they do is they're mocking higher beings and calling them fairies. You know, they're saying like, yeah, there might be like other dimensions or whatever where people exist as fairies, like something like that. Like there are fairies that actually exist, or like people who believe in that. But this is a mockery on enlightenment. So it's like benevolent spirits who come to help people cross over to the other side and follow in their enlightened path. Then these darker entities they're trying to invoke, and it doesn't actually scare them away, but hopefully they can kind of confuse and lock in these energies of people who have crossed over. That's their belief. It doesn't really necessarily feel like that's what happens, but that's what they hope for, and it's also a way for them to feel empowered and in control in the world. That's what I'm seeing. And so they're bringing me to that energy and saying that it's much like this in the way in your life where you're letting go of these darker people who make mockery of things, who make a mockery of what's enlightened, or like what's good for the world, or like I heard the word resourceful, so it's like people who use this as a resource. They use lighter beings as a resource. They're showing me caging. They're caging a fairy. So it's like people, like energetic vampires, right? So it's time for you to release this negative karma, these negative people, all of that evil, right? If you want to put it in that way. And the more that you connect with your true passion, and they're showing me your hand reaching up again, and did I put the card back? Where'd it go? Did I put it back? The one with the communion, the guy and the eagle. It's like stay with your eyes towards the light, towards the eagle. Don't lose your focus. Don't like maintain that focus. And then they're showing me, they're emphasizing they're reaffirming, this is a separate message, so they're showing me artists, like the names. I'm kind of seeing faces, but then they're showing me Van Gogh, Da Vinci, like things like that, like artists that we know today that have made an impact in the shifts of the way that we view art, or the way that we even like they're figures in different times of our life, right? And then they're bringing me to my last reading, and how I was saying, like, this is like a on the time frame. I'm also feeling in my, I don't know if it's my kidney, I think it's my kidney, or is that my liver? I think it's the kidney. So it's like behind my left hip, like in the back, that's hurting. And then they're bringing me back to what I said, where they already got me. So it's like ingesting something to a large degree, to where it's like you're trying to filter it out through your kidneys, right? You're trying to filter it, and it's causing pain. And then I'm feeling like all through my face, it feels kind of like tingling. And again, I can feel in my temples connecting to the center of my, I guess that's where your pineal gland is, so like your third eye. So it's like my temples are connecting to my third eye. And then it's bringing me back to this card where they're saying to focus on the light, like focus right there. They're saying focus on that. So what I was saying with here is they put me back to that reading where I'm like, we are in a timeline right now that's going to be very important in history, right? We're living in that right now. And they're saying how, and they're showing me, they're actually mentioning too, like how there was like one guy who like cut his ear off or something and sent it to his lover. Like people who had been perceived or who as like something going on with them mentally or whatever, like everyone has their own kind of like quirks and issues, and like a lot of these artistic people and people who transform the way that the world perceives things are controversial or racy or have like they're very different, and they take chances or do different things that normal people wouldn't. That's what is part of what helps them stand out, but that's part of their personality, right? They're so artistic and unique in a lot of what they do. It doesn't just limit them to whatever kind of artistic expression that they have, right? And then they're saying how these people that I'm seeing and tying it to you specifically is saying, like, they don't necessarily have environmentalism and all these other kind of causes at the forefront of their mind necessarily, right? It's like that doesn't always have to be somebody's journey. And they're saying to be a humanitarian, like you can still be valid by following your passions and following your career and pursuing something that is of material value, so long as that's not your goal, right? Like that it's kind of like, that your goal is really to put something out that is creative and like you're passionate. The side positive thing about it is having more income or having things to provide, and that alone is very beautiful. And it causes people, it's thought-provoking is what they're showing me, and it also makes it paves the way for other people to be empowered in whatever they're supposed to do. So it's like maybe that's not your route to take. You don't have to do that just because that's what people think that you should do, right? It's like, you get what I'm saying. So basically, they're showing this energy that you don't have to distract yourself with the pressures of what other people say. Not saying that you do, but it's like, it's almost like leaking your energy somewhere else because you think that's the right thing to do. But it's like Van Gogh and all these other artists, like they've transformed people's lives, and people who are following in their footsteps or who are inspired by them to do their own thing, right? Like these other great artists, whatever. And those are people who are more the humanitarian people, or an environmentalist or whatever, right? Or it's like you can use that work and bid, you know, sell it and then use it towards something, right? But Van Gogh had to focus on his art. He doesn't have the time because that's not his mission. That's not his life mission. His life mission is to focus on the art. And then, you know, I'm repeating myself, I get that. So on my left side of my neck, there's like a vein running down there, and it's in a lot of pain. I could feel a lot of pain in the side of my neck, a vein right there. It feels like a lot of tension, a lot of stress. And like a bump. There's like a bump. Like I touch it, there's like a sore spot. So like I got shot. Not like I got an injection. Like that kind of, I don't know, do you inject in the neck? I can't remember. But there's like a sore spot in the side of my neck. Where my vein, or maybe that's just like a tendon, but it feels like there's a vein in there and it feels sore. That's the image that I'm getting, and like the feeling that I'm getting. They're saying I can pull one more, but I've said everything that I needed to say. So we have seer, see beyond the current situation. That again, I mean, that's just and learn from spiritual experiences. That's God to me right there. This is supposed to be Jesus, I believe. This is supposed to be Jesus. Trust your talents in changing times. Take charge with authority. I see that as God as well. I don't think that's who that's supposed to be. I'm not sure. That just solidifies what I was saying though. You have to just keep your eyes on the light. Keep your eyes on that light. And they're telling me that they're showing me the story of the dove in the Bible, and how he kept releasing it, and you see it hasn't come back yet with the olive branch. There's still several steps for this dove to take. It hasn't come back with the olive branch yet. Has it? It hasn't. It has not. So there's a few more steps, is what I'm saying. A few more steps to go. But I believe it before the crow, before the dove, didn't he release a crow? Something like that. I just read it. But then he releases the dove next. So you've already done some of the steps. You just have a few more to go, is what they're saying. Not Jesus, Moses did that. Or not Moses, Noah. Noah did that. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I get. Bye, guys.